The rain pounded against the grimy windows of my office on Pine Street, a relentless assault that mirrored the throbbing ache behind my eyes. I tilted the flask to my lips, letting the whiskey burn a path down my throat. It was a hollow comfort, doing nothing to dull the edge. The cops said, but the guilt, gnawing at my gut, told a different story. I slumped in my chair, broad shoulders sagging beneath the warm leather of my trench coat, salt and pepper hair a testament to too many hard years. My once sharp green eyes, now dulled, fixed on the blank computer screen atop my desk. In a city humming with smartphones and the buzz of coffee shop Wi-Fi, some ghosts refuse to modernize death, regret the past. The phone's shrill ring cut through the fog like a knife. I snatched it up, desperate for a lifeline out of my own head. "Marlow," I growled, voice rough as sandpaper. "Jack, it's Davidson. I need you on a case." I straightened, old instincts kicking in. Captain Tom Davidson, my former boss from Homicide, wasn't one for small talk. We'd barely spoken since I turned in my badge, since Elena turned my world upside down. His tone carried the weight of the old days, when Pioneer Square was a den of shadows, and the war's echo still haunted the docks. "What's the job?" I asked, steadying my voice against the whiskey's pull. "Marcus Blackwood, CEO of Quantum, found dead in his penthouse. Looks like suicide, but something's off to many loose ends. His company's about to release a new quantum encryption system, game-changing stuff. I need someone I can trust to poke around quietly." "Why not? Your boys at the precinct. This could get messy off the books. Messy. You and Elena have the stomach for it." Elena. Her name hit me like a sucker punch. Elena Vega, ex-partner, ex-lover, a force of nature in human form. Those amber eyes burned in my memory, fierce and untamed, framed by jet-black hair that defied every attempt to tame it. We hadn't worked together since the affair destroyed my marriage, since Sarah's tears stained the floor of our Queen apartment. But Davidson wasn't wrong, we'd been unstoppable. "Once I'm in," I said, the words heavy on my tongue. "And Elena's with me." A moment of silence hung on the line.
"You're sure, Jack?"
"You too, she's the best, Davidson. If it's as bad as you're hinting, I need her." "All right, meet me at Blackwood's penthouse in an hour, First Avenue, overlooking Elliott Bay. Watch your step. This one's got teeth." The line went dead, and I lingered, rain tapping its restless code against the glass. Marcus Blackwood, tech wunderkind, dead on the eve of a revolutionary launch. Murder dressed as despair. Maybe. I grabbed my hat and coat, faded relics of better days, and stepped into the deluge. First up, Elena. Seattle's streets shimmered under neon and streetlights, a wet canvas of secrets unfolding. My '68 Mustang growled through the downpour, its classic frame a stubborn holdout against the city's sleek modernity, though the GPS unit felt like a concession to progress. I swung past Pike Place Market, its stalls shuttered and silent, then cut down Western Avenue, where the ghosts of speakeasies and jazz clubs whispered from the brickwork. Elena's place loomed on Alaskan Way, a converted warehouse dwarfed by the glass towers of the waterfront. I killed the engine, hesitation coiling tight. Last time I'd stood here, her lips had claimed mine, her body a fevered press against me, a betrayer. I still tasted. I trudged up the stairs, boots heavy on steel grating, and rapped on her door. It swung open, and there she stood, Elena Vega, a tempest in human form. Her amber eyes flashed wide for a heartbeat, then narrowed to slits, her angular face framed by that wild mane, barely contained in a messy ponytail. A tank top hugged her curves, while cargo pants and combat boots completed the picture. 5'8" of pure dynamite, and damn if I didn't still crave the explosion. "Jack," she purred, voice a low blade dipped in honey, suspicion glinting beneath, slumming it on the waterfront. "What's the angle? Davidson's got a case. Wants us both." She leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed, sizing me up like a target. "Us thought that ship had sailed. Ship's at the bottom of the Sound. Sure, but this is Big Marcus Blackwood, QuantuamTech CEO, dead. Might be murder, might be corporate warfare. Davidson's betting on us." Her gaze drilled into me, peeling back layers I'd thought buried. Then she smirked, a slow, dangerous curve of her lips. "Give me a minute to gear up. Don't get comfortable." I waited in the hall, the air thick with memories, her fingers on my skin, the guilt that shadowed every touch. She reappeared, brushing past me, close enough that a scent gunpowder and citrus hit me like a drug. We descended to the Mustang in silence, the tension a third passenger riding shotgun. As we rolled through the rain-slicked streets, the Space Needle looming like an accusation through the mist. She broke the quiet. Spill it. What's the case? I laid it out. Blackwood. The quantum encryption. Davidson's hunch. Her mind, sharp as a scalpel, dissected it as we passed the great wheel, its lights bleeding into the wet asphalt. QuantuamTech's been making waves, she said, flicking through her tablet, its glow carving her features in the dark. That encryption system's revolutionary and breakable channels, instant global communication. Every government and corporation on the planet would kill to control it, or bury it, I countered. Turning onto First Avenue, we parked outside Blackwood's building, a glass and steel monolith overlooking the churning waters of Elliott Bay. Police lights pulsed, red and blue, across the slick pavement. Davidson waited at the entrance, rain plastering his silver hair to his skull, worry etching deeper lines into his face. "Jack, Elena, glad you made it. Upstairs now." He ushered us to the penthouse, a sterile expanse of chrome and glass. Marcus Blackwood sprawled across his desk, a bullet hole weeping crimson from his temple, a sleek pistol glinting on the floor. Blood stained the polished concrete, a brutal slash against the minimalist decor. "Suicide, they'll say," Davidson muttered, doubt thick in his growl. "But you're not buying it," I shot back. "No. Timing's too perfect. System launch in days. Smells wrong." Elena prowled the scene, all predator grace, boots silent on the floor. No signs of struggle, nothing obvious. Checked the computer. I approached the desk. The screen flashed. Security breach detected. Lines of code scrolled frantically beneath. A digital panic. Elena leaned in, her shoulder grazing mine, deliberate and electric. "Hacked," she breathed, voice a velvet threat. "Someone wanted what he had, or wanted him out of the way to get it," I said, holding her stare. Davidson nodded. "That's the fear. Dig into it off the grid. If murder hits the news, QuantuamTech implodes, and we've got chaos. We'll keep it quiet," I promised. Elena straightened, closing the gap between us, her breath warm against my ear. "You ready for this, Jack?" Back in the deep end. With me, her words dripped seduction, a challenge wrapped in silk, her eyes locking mine in a dance of fire and shadow. I didn't flinch, matching her heat. "I can swim, Vega. Can you keep up without drowning us both?" Her laugh was low, a spark igniting tinder. "Oh, I'll keep up. Just don't cry when I leave you in my wake." The case was a powder keg, and not just because of Blackwood's cooling corpse. With Elena beside me, old wounds ripping open, the stakes were personal. In this city of rain and neon, you take the job as it comes and pray. You survive the fallout.